Okay, Queen. Spades is in the building, and it's kind of interesting. We missed a little bit of conversation, which is fine. That normally happens behind the scenes before the cameras are on. That's okay. We were talking about fetishes, and we're gonna get right back into that. You don't get a say. You don't get a say. We're gonna bring it back.
There's no safe word. I can't say.
No, and the whole thing started off with complimenting feet, and again, I stalk your page lightly, and you're on vacation all the time, you're wearing a sarong, and your toes are cute. So now, we start off with the toe thing. We realize that there's a market for this type of stuff with respect to people will pay to suck your toes, and in a COVID-type situation, it's a necessity. They also pay for, like, worn panties and shit. I'm considering it, and I know you've gotten offers, and we're keeping ourselves...
Did you get offers? Did you ever get an offer?
I mean, listen, people have asked me to do interesting things with their feet, and after I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, depending upon how much I like you, I may accommodate you, but that's not my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not my thing.
They offered the bribe pumper.
I mean, there's favor for favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, this is not.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing a guy ever asked you to do, or what's the weirdest thing he did that surprised you, like, that totally turned you off?
That turned me off?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
I got it. I had a guy who was like really into kissing, but he couldn't control his like saliva. So one time he was like on top, and this is both, there was no sex, thank God. I can't even imagine how horrible this would have been. It was just a turn off from the beginning. So he's on top, and it just was like it was like this too much saliva, and I felt like I was drowning, and I was just like, please get me out of it. I could not get out quick enough.
We're gonna stop that because I feel like throwing up right now.
It was horrible.
So let me ask you a question. My homegirl said, she called me on the phone and said she was messing with her guy. It was getting freaky. She went down. She was giving a blowjob, and he threw his legs back.
Because he wanted his booty.
We're not doing that.
I don't know what he
We're not
wanted.
doing that.
She called me. She said, "Do guys do that?" I said,
No.
"I'll throw my legs back. I'm throwing my legs back for." She's like, "No, I was getting mad."
A lot of guys like their
Threw
booty
his legs
eaten.
back. So I assumed that he wanted
never
her
had that
to
experience.
lick his ass.
Never.
You would never eat booty, Jenna?
I've never eaten booty, and I'll tell you why. Because I have to come up and kiss you, so you're eating your own shit. I just have a question, right?
Oh, no,
It's
it has to be
It's
clean.
food. It's food that's crushed up.
On the
That's all.
back ends, and I'm just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents. I will get all under the ball sack and in between. That's cool. But once we get under the ball sack, I'm not doing
I think
that.
under the ball may be a little more nastier than in the booty hole, though.
What do you mean? Are you kidding? Between
That
the
sweat
the
and the
Take a shower first.
Exactly. So the booty hole's clean.
You turned down a couple of motherfuckers, didn't you?
Are you kidding? Absolutely.
I'm looking
Are
at
you
her, she's
kidding?
Like, take a shower with the booty holes.
Absolutely.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I don't know how we got here, but I'm
All right, so
happy
wait a
we're
minute.
here.
I'm just saying.
That has become a new fetish of mine.
Okay, she
I
turned.
can't lie.
Oh wow.
It
So let me
has.
ask you a question. When you're doing that to a man, does it turn you
Wait, bondage. Bring that back, because they didn't hear it. It was bondage. That was a new thing, give or take. Fine, bondage. Continue.
Oh, so we're going
didn't
back
hear
to
that.
that because
No, no,
this is
no.
a whole new.
No, that's what he's asking you.
No, I'm
That's
just
what he's
asking you. Like, does that turn you on?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
And trust
For
me,
a man-
it turns them on too.
Correct.
what? Wait, I want to know what you.
I can't breathe.
Being
I
tied
can't
up?
breathe. And I'm not even saying
Being
that
tied
mocking.
up or getting your ass licked?
I don't want that.
Oh, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you a question. I'm trying to ask you. I just want to know. I just try. Hey, so look.
I'm gonna regret this whole thing.
No, you're not.
It'll be
This
fine.
is a no cap show. So let me ask you something. You're telling me.
It'll be fine.
You're saying that it turns you on when you got a man bent over.
No.
That's
his
not
legs
what we
up in
said.
the
No,
air.
I
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think
if
him
you on all
bent
fours or
over
his legs
would
in the
ever
air.
turn me on.
That's the same position you still put a woman in. So I'm just asking you a question. It turns you on.
Yes.
What turns you on? The act itself or his noise and the way he acts when he...
Yes. The reaction. Because trust me, any guy who says they do not like it just hasn't experienced it yet.
Got it. I've heard that. I've heard that before. I've heard that on both ends. I've heard this.
For real?
Yeah.
I've heard this, and it's like
know
once
that
you
mean-
You
go,
know that that's the man's G spot.
Okay, back
right?
up.
In their-
Does it mean...
which is weird because
That-
that's
It is
it's like
weird.
the exit.
As
I don't know.
women, okay, and I'm talking to all women in the room, as women in the room. If a man does this, yes,
I don't want
even
to
the
be
woman with the
involved.
camera.
She's like,
Is he?
don't include me.
Does he have homosexual tendencies?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Huh?
Shit, you want somebody to play with your asshole as a man.
So what does it say about a woman who likes her ass eaten out too?
But see, can I just say this though? But no, this is.
She's getting that from a man. That's different.
But a woman is giving a man pleasure. It's not another man
There's
giving
always-
a man pleasure.
It's the pleasure that a man.
It's just a stigma that anything that has to do with a man's ass is gay.
There's a double standard.
Yeah.
There's a double standard, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, so y'all telling
a double
me,
standard.
Y'all telling me that it's okay for a man to eat your ass, but it's not okay for but not you, for a woman to do it to a man.
I don't agree with
So how
that.
about sticking your finger in his ass?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I don't do that.
And if you poke me by mistake, I'm pissed.
Yes.
If you're like,
Now
You let a girl lick your ass?
playing with
You let a girl
it
lick
on
your
the
ass?
around the.
Have you a girl ever licked your asses before?
I'm not doing this. This went too far.
No, I just
There's
wanna know.
There's
No,
no.
listen, I'm just trying to
You
find
will
out.
not stop her if you let her start. I'm telling you.
You know what? You know what's fucking me up right now is that she making it sound so crazy that I want to try it with her.
All right. You know what?
Nah, you know what? We gonna change that
I watch
conversation.
a lot of porn.
Let
so
me.
I'm nasty.
But you know what? You know what's messed up?
I just started watching a lot of stuff. I was like,
Are you crazy? So when you sit here and your phone comes up and you're like, you're online for something, and you just want to make a text message and you open your phone up and it says,
Is there
frequently
there's not nasty
visited?
stuff there,
No,
right?
but it'll say frequently
Oh,
visited
yeah.
sites.
My whole history would be X videos.
videos.
When you go to history, X videos.
It's all X videos, and you have. For me, I know your daughter's older.
you live
Gentlemen
at?
in the back. Gentlemen in the back.
Nah, we live at.
For the.
Brooklyn? Like what area? Flatbush, Bed-Stuy,
No, like the end of East New York, Cypress Hills, like
Condo,
Ozone
Park
Park.
House.
It sounds safer.
I'm just trying to find out
Sounds
what window
safer.
to climb through because this shit is serious. She just, yo, my dude.
A lot of dudes have to have an open mind when it comes to certain things sexually. That's what it makes
What's-
it more pleasurable.
when is your
for-
birthday?
July. It just passed.
Oh, happy! That's
Happy
right.
birthday.
That's right.
Hey. How
Don't
No,
judge
you
me.
can't do that.
Don't judge me.
Because I was going to ask one of my main questions to you, and you don't have to go into it. I was going to say, how long have you been doing this, or how long has this been a passion? But you're not gonna,
very recently.
really?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to ask because I don't want them to guess you, because they always try to guess people's ages. So I'm just
No. That particular fetish is very recent.
No, it's about your music. How long you been doing
Oh
music?
shit! I thought we were still talking about the nasty stuff.
We gonna be on sex all day. Look at my hat. We can do this all day. Have you been noticed my hat? Have you noticed my hat? Yeah, that's what we're here doing
And she means that shit.
all the time. Let's go back to your
All
DJ. Hello. Let's get back. Let's
We're
pull
gonna-
it back.
we're gonna
Let's
pull
pull it
to the
back.
left now.
Let's go to the professional thing. We don't need. You know what I'm saying? Because unless there's somebody who has a foot fetish, because then it cha-ching. But let's get back to the whole fact that you're a DJ, and how long, more or less, has this been a passion of yours?
1996. That's when I started as a hobby DJing.
What sparked it? What sparked the interest or the passion?
I've always been into music. Like I used to dance. Dramatic arts was my first love, I guess, in the arts. And music was always a love. And then I had my best friend back then, she was into DJing. So when I used to go to her house, she had the turntables, she had the records. And I really just was like, shoot, let me try it out. And so I started to teach myself how to DJ, and I grew to love it. And
First
That's how
record
it
you
started.
bought.
And she nice.
see, people always ask me that, and I don't remember.
What?
That is the craziest thing. But I tell
Probably
you,
was-
I still own it.
You probably had EU dude in
Because
the
I
butt.
still,
That's interesting.
cause I still own all my vinyl. So whatever
you
it
have
was, I still own it,
You have all your vinyl.
all of it.
I think that's so important. A lot of people, for whatever reason, they end up trying to go through it and
I've heard a
not
lot
hold on
of
about.
people sell it when Serato. I was like, do you know how many paper cuts and blood, sweat, and tears and trips to the record store it took me to get this
Do
collection?
you have a? Would you say you have a crazy collection, like library status?
I do definitely have a good record collection.
I might have to just bless you with some records. My father, he have over like 15,000 something records, 45s and regular EPs and such like that. And yo, we have crates, and I'm like, what should I do with these records? I went through it a couple of myself, But you, I'll bless you, darling.
You go get me some records.
I will become your preacher and bless you.
You go get me some records.
You know what's crazy? If the volume was muted,
Records.
this would look like a whole different interview. I'm not even here. I'm gonna, I just try to get my questions. I'll back up. Your nails look amazing. That's okay. I mean, listen, we need all the smoke, so this is good. This is a good look. I will say this. One of the things I like about you is you do travel quite a bit, and I think that's very important. I speak to that on a regular basis. Pizza pusher. All right. One of the things I like about you is that you travel quite a bit. And that's important with respect to expanding your brand. A lot of people don't get that. They're in the hood. They don't realize why no one likes them because they didn't like you before you started DJing or rapping or acting or whatever. Favorite place to spin, where and why?
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Art Basel?
Miami. Art Basel. I do Sweet Heat out there. I've gone out just for like regular gigs. Just super fun. Like the energy is just on a whole different level when you go to Miami. Miami's just fun as a whole.
And it's cheap, let me tell you. And I'm not, you can go there. It's like $80 for like the nicest hotel. You're on the beach, like on Ocean or Collins.
It's cheap if you're visiting. It's not cheap if you live
If you
there.
live there. Well, not
There's
if you
no
live on the
taxes.
beach.
There's no taxes.
I lived there for 7 years. I'm telling you, it's not that.
If you want to live on Ocean and 8th, then probably isn't
No,
cheap.
I was across the street.
Ocean
from
and 8th
the
is
play
nice.
Games. I was on Biscayne.
Oh, that's not. Still
All right, well,
expensive.
Everybody's not split star, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I gotta go there now. Jesus.
No, I'm just saying, I was over here. Okay, I was walking up there. Okay, anyway,
I love
I'm serious.
You know what? I have to do this for you. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't drink.
So
I'm
let's
sorry.
do this. Okay.
Bob, I got a hook up. I'm sorry.
It's important. That's it. Now he's done. Good luck. Good luck with the rest of the afternoon. Good luck
Sorry.
with the rest of the afternoon. It's okay. Give me, you know what's interesting? A lot of people have new music that they present to you. I'm sure that's a very big pet peeve when you're on spinning ones and twos and they want to throw their flash drive or their. How do you feel about someone handing you a CD with no label and the number written on it?
No. And I'm very frank. Like when people come to me, like I have a lot of people that come because I keep straight with them, very honest. So they come to me for their honest opinion. Because if your shit is shit, I'm gonna tell you shit. That's it. I'm not the type I'm not that person that's gonna be like, yo, hot, and everybody else is like, because then that represents me badly.
Say it again.
Like my music choices are crap.
Her point right here is so important, and I hope people will realize this. When someone asks you for a favor, and all you may have access, you're not going to put that person in a position because they're not ready. So in other words, if I play your music and it's horrible, it doesn't just reflect on you. Why are you playing it?
Yeah. People are gonna be like, I wonder how much she paid her to play that song, because that's what
Big facts. Big facts.
because nowhere. Yeah, in the club, I don't do it because of the simple fact I've never heard your music. Like you can't hand me something and it'd be like the most opportune times, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, when it's like go time, and you want to hand me a flash drive. And I'm like, I have no clue what's on this. There's no way. But I tell them, I said, listen, I can take it or put it on my computer. I'll listen to it. I'll get back to you, and if it's worth me playing anywhere, I'll play it. Other than that, it's not happening.
All right, so COVID hit, I don't know, 3-4 months ago.
5.
Well, who's counting?
5.
I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think it's Sunday, but
5.
like, when you look back at it, and obviously we're used to traveling, that's something we just covered. When you look at the future, how are you going to remodel your structure? Because it's a whole different planet.
It is. I mean, I've already started. Obviously a lot of things have turned virtual, and we don't know really what is the next week, much less the next 6 months is gonna hold. So I've just been working on like branding strategies and different things to keep going. Obviously it impacted everything. So like weddings, corporate, down to the bone. So it's just really like now working on a branding strategy to switch from, all right, well, I can't DJ for you live, but I can still give you the same virtually.
Right.
So,
The same quality. Okay. Well, speaking to quality and longevity, a lot of people are DJs because they have whatever programs on their iPhone. Excuse me one second. Let me just see that. Okay. Little eye booger. You gotta get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? Pick up on that shit. The cameras are like.
I should have never drank that. Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just,
Do you need some water?
He has water. Look at this. He has water. He has iced tea, soda. He has all type of wacky shit.
Milk.
I want your milk.
As much as we get out of the topic, it just keeps reverting back.
She started it.
She started. She did
He
start.
gave me the look.
You know, I was going to ask you what first piece of equipment, you bought, but I don't really care about that anymore. Let's get back to the, the whole thing is wacky. All right, we will get back to the equipment. The equipment, what was your first piece that you bought, and how much did it cost you back then?
Geminis.
I don't know what that is.
Before-
Talking
They're
about
turntables.
Okay.
So basically, it's like the step down from Techniques. So
I'm just listening.
This is when it was still a hobby.
Yeah,
so I had
1200s?
it not when it was a hobby.
Okay.
I had Geminis. So they're still good turntables. They're just a step down. So everybody talks about techniques. I bought Geminis. First, because I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to continue doing. It was just a hobby. I fell in love with it. And so I had to buy turntables because I was just always practicing at my friend's house. And I was like, all right. As I started buying my own records and stuff, I was like, okay, I guess I need something to play them on.
What do you think about the new DJs who feel like they're a DJ and whatever, whether it's COVID practice or whoever?
Serato
and they're-
DJs.
Okay, so, and I'm sorry. Okay, right. How hard is it for you to look at them and respect the craft when it's completely different? There is no transition. The quality.
Well, yeah, the quality
Is
yes.
compromised.
I mean, I obviously understand there's going to be new DJs, there's going to be a new generation of DJs. My whole thing is and I always speak to it. Anytime people ask me for advice or whatever, I'm like, take the time to learn the craft. That's what a lot of people are not doing these days. They think you just get a laptop, you get a controller, you put some music in it, and call yourself a DJ. I didn't wake up one day and go to the hospital and put on a stethoscope and a smock and call myself a doctor. So it's like...
Thank God, because that's what's going on right now
Exactly.
anyway. That's like, I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot of work. And I always tell people, like, you have to learn the fundamentals. Like, it's not easy. It's a lot of work. It might look fun on the outside, but a lot of hours go into maintaining being a good DJ, much less a great DJ.
Well, you are amazing. And another
She
thing
is so
that I
right.
like outside of traveling, DJ Con. I used to manage another DJ, and that was really interesting. You came right up, and I thought that was great energy. A lot of women can't support other women. I like you for that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
DJ Con.
super open. Like, I'm not that person. Like I said, people come to me all the time for advice, whatever. I never close the door. Like, I know what I went through, so it's like, why would I stunt somebody else's? But again, the first thing when they're like, oh, I want to become a DJ, my first question is always, why? And depending on your answer, that goes how in depth I'm gonna go with you on giving you my piece of advice.
Exactly.
Because I love music. Everybody
cares.
loves music.
No one cares. No
That
one
doesn't
cares.
mean that you deserve to become a DJ.
Because we are on a time crunch. And, like, I always get the hairy eyeball from the producer.
Oh.
That's okay. We were talking about sex
right.
for the first 20 minutes of the interview, so things get missed. One thing I do want, we were talking about music and people throwing flash drives at you. Give me an up and coming artist or somebody who is new music that you like that maybe nobody else is aware of.
That nobody else is aware of.
She didn't hear that.
You know what? I can't.
I mean, people are not doing their jobs.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, I don't know. Tag the DJs, reach out,
send me some
connect.
new music. Make sure it's hot, please.
What do you like playing? Okay, so not underground, mainstream. Who is your go-to?
Hip hop,
I don't
R&B.
I don't care. Phil Collins, that's my go-to.
Oh yeah, I'm a '90s girl. Like, in '90s would be timeless.
That's correct.
So, like, if I want to get the party started, obviously R&B. Like, if I want to get the party crunk, Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign. Like, you play the Apollo.
Speaking to that, last question from my standpoint, and then I have one more leading into him, and then we, black people time, we could be here all night, but white folks time, we've got shit to do. Speaking to venues like the Apollo, what is the biggest venue in New York that you miss? And it's not so much just forget COVID, right? So some clubs, Stage 48, it's just, Ivy, we just outgrow things and things change. Biggest venue that you miss performing in?
Performing in, wow. It's not a big venue though. A lot of the smaller ones. I would say Stage 48.
Love it.
I like the intimate spots.
I love Jimmy's. I always went to. I turn up at Jimmy's.
The original, or you saw the Expo?
The new one. Because I never knew. Every time I say Jimmy's, they're like in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. I'm like, remember, I'm not from New York. That's I'm not from New York.
Where are you from? Quickly.
I'm from Toronto.
No,
I was born and raised in Toronto.
Free healthcare.
That's why. Now I got it. Look at Toronto.
So I'm new. I've been here
I
about
know.
9
I'm in trouble.
years. So anything pre 2010.
That's why your lungs are different. There's a different air up there. Last question before we go. Favorite situation with Spliff? Collab, but I want to know video. Favorite video that you love of Spliff's?
Oh my God. Funny, I was just talking to my friend about this because he said that you're his favorite, hype person. And I was like, phenomenal. Like, him and Busta, together is absolutely phenomenal.
Legendary.
It's on the stage. I've seen you guys perform many times. Just the videos. It's just them together is phenomenal.
Oh, you saw the stamina?
Listen.
It just meshes. They mesh together perfectly.
Is there one song in particular? Because we only have about 3 more minutes to cool his jets before break time, and then I would run if I was you. I would just head right on out, to the rest, to the guest room next door. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Throw some ice on him. I'm telling you, there's certain people I'm not going to pick to be on Family Feud because you got 3.5 seconds.
I
you
know. I would be like,
just pick anything. You're like, just pick anything. So
my favorite, put your hands where my eyes
that's
can
correct.
see.
That's it.
That's my when I'm doing sound checks. That's my sound check song. No, that's my sound check song. If that song knocks, then the system we're ready to go.
That song right there. I don't care how old I am. I'm gonna be 65 in a wheelchair. No, I don't want 85 in a wheelchair. Let's go with 85. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say people are living under a rock. Where can they find you at?
At DJ Queen of Spades, all across the board.
Stalker. She's always in a bathing suit. Let me just tell you. I'm completely heterosexual, but it's fun to watch because some people wear bathing suits they have no business wearing, and that's a big problem for me.
I'm a thick girl, but I like to wear a bathing suit.
No, you look good in a bathing suit.
I like to wear a bathing suit.
We do have to check out. We'll be back in approximately 5 minutes, white people time. I have guests waiting, and it's been a privilege. I really appreciate you coming down.
you guys having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here and telling me about everything.
Yes, my God.
I won't regret that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm going to give you my number, everything. I'm going to come cook for you.
Are we off?
No, we're not off.
I'm going to come
Can
cook
we go off, though? Can we go? Right.
Our boyfriend.
On the break. Right.
If your boyfriend's listening, I'm coming to cook for her.
Yeah, that could be a little issue. Anyway,
You
listen,
can come
going
over
to
after.
the break. Shout out to S.STREET Media, who always takes care of the situation. Sponsor courtesy of Urban Variety. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thank
and taking
you
the time. I
so
really
much,
appreciate
guys.
it.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, can we take it to a break? And we're out.
Yeah. Yo, I'm a hot boy, black boy, move the rock boy, get money, yeah, a lot boy. Stay fresh, like an Altoid, mob deep. You can't fuck with my convoy. Wicked men, hit him in, getting rid of him. Late night, David Letterman, daddy with me, with the wetty, sweet cinnamon. She savage with it, I pass the burner, she gon' get it in. Bullshit, I know the boss, not no middlemen. Different money, I'm making money out the fiddling. Oh yeah, we outside, we outside, we outside. Yeah, we outside. Oh, you know it. We outside. Oh yeah, you know it. We outside. Oh yeah, you see me. We outside. Oh yeah, you see me. We outside. Oh, you know it. We outside. Oh yeah, you know it. We outside. Oh, you see me. We outside. Oh yeah, you see me. We outside. Yeah, big grip, long stick, go pop, nigga, big shells, crack the shell on the op, big drip. Too much water, need a mop. I'm getting too much hate from the bottom cause I'm rising to the top. Looking like big fish, big biz, yeah. But a big crib, steady on the grind, baby, always on that lit shit. Lit shit, rich shit. It's do or die on my district. Catch me on the island somewhere smoking good shit. Niggas see me outside. I know it. Outside. Yeah, you know it.